Good Friday evening to you, everyone. How are you? It is good to see you. It is good to be seen by you. I, being glad about the seeing and doing the seeing, am he, Bill Sylvie, aka the Dungeon Delver, coming to you live, loud, and clear this evening. And I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful time. Because I know I sure am. Why? Because it's Friday. We made it through a week. We made it through a busy week for me, man. I was flying around all over the place on Monday and got home. And of course, you guys know all about that. Runeward Gaming, good to see you. Your crops failed. I'm sorry to hear that, Thomas. I hope that's in some kind of game or it's a metaphor for something that didn't quite go your way. But otherwise, you have my sincere condolences. Damien X247, Robert Phillips. I think I said Runeward Gaming already. Cooperative Waffles. Hello, how are you? Let me ask you a favor. Let me impose on you a little bit. Not that I don't impose on you all a lot by asking you to take hours out of your weeknights to sit and listen to me ramble either by myself or with other people about things tabletop role-playing game related. But if you have not done so, if you would do me a solid favor and please click the subscribe button and click the bell icon for notifications, because that would be really super cool. It helps my channel grow. It helps you guys find out when we do these very cool live streams. It's a good way to stay informed and in touch. And I hope that you will consider gracing me with doing that. Really, it's the best way to support the channel, guys. Hands down, it is the best way to support the channel. People are like, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? What can I do for you? Click the subscribe button, you silly goose. It's free. And if you're watching this video, regardless of whether or not you click the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching it after the fact, leave a comment down below and tell us what you like about the video. And I'll do more of that stuff. And look, if you don't like the video, put a thumbs down and say, I didn't like this. And I'll do less of that stuff within reason. I mean, I got to draw a line in the sand somewhere, right? If you're like, I don't like your voice, I don't like your face, I don't like the topics you cover, I don't like your camera angles, I don't like your lighting, I don't like you, stop doing that. Well, I'm not gonna. But if there's a little something I can do, a little quality of life thing I can do for you, then my goodness, I'll do my level best to do that. Anyway, and now that that's said, of course, I got to do a little bit of an ad. Of course, I always have to do ads. And this live stream is brought to you by me, the Dungeon Delver. That's right, the Dungeon Delver himself. It's brought to you by Crom, the Character Record Organizational Manager. Folks, if you're one of those enlightened few out there still playing first edition advanced D&D, and you're still working on note cards and greasy, worn, transparent pieces of paper for your character sheets, have I got a great offer for you. That's right. Crom is the software for yesterday's TTRPG today. Crom isn't just a character generator. Look, there's plenty of character generators out there on the web that will do a roll 3d6 or let you do an array and pick things, and et cetera, et cetera. Crom goes an extra mile, folks. Crom lets you level your character, either milestone or add XP. It lets you buy equipment and then tracks your encumbrance. Did your character maybe stumble into a white and lose a level? Crom will let you deduct a level. Did you want to create a one-off high-level magic user? Crom will create a magic user for you and create their spell book. Did you have a human that you took to 5th level and then wanted to dual class into another class because you've got the stats to do it? Crom supports dual classing. Are you trying to create a bard the old school way, either human or half elf? It supports that. Is your dungeon master one of those DMs that likes to get into the mind powers of psionics? Crom will check to see whether or not your character is psionically endowed. It is 100% feature complete. It is entirely AD&D 1E compliant. Get a copy of Crom today. And how do you get a copy of Crom? Reach out to me on social media. Drop me an email. Drop me a DM over on Twitter. And for 25 simoleons, you get a copy of Crom. Folks, we have a 32-bit version, a 64-bit version, and I am told that it runs on Linux through Wine. Now, no promises, but right now in the works, we have both a Macintosh version, and I'm going to be working on a version for Chrome. That's right, Crom for Chrome. So if you got a little Chromebook you like to game with there, maybe that's your jam. I'm going to see if I can get it working on that. So go out there and drop me a message and grab a copy of Crom. Would Crom chrome a steel sword? Well, I don't know. Tim's checked it out on Raspberry Pi. You got a Raspberry Pi? One of those little, it's the size of, you can get them as small as like a stick of gum. Raspberry Pi. And you can run Crom on it. Yes, you can. So folks, grab a copy of Crom and say goodbye to disorganization. You can save as a text file, save as an HTML file. Crom has got you covered. So now that the ad read is done, let me tell you about what we do tonight. If you're unfamiliar with our Friday evening get-togethers, and maybe you just wanted to be surprised, maybe you were just like, I'm not going to read the description of this video. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to click join. I'm not watch now. I'm not going to even look at the thumbnail. Friday nights we generally reserve for playing Gamma World, and well, tonight's no exception. Now, I have been gone for a couple of weeks. And in having been gone for a while, I have, kind of focused on other things. So maybe there's some folks out here who've subscribed to the channel, and to go by my subscription numbers, that ain't many of you, but God bless you just the same. But maybe you've joined us and maybe you're a little curious. Maybe like you played Gamma World through Alternity, which I think is like 5th or 6th edition of Gamma World, not of D&D. Maybe you played Gamma World that was published in Dragon Plus. Maybe you're not familiar with classic Gamma World. Tonight, I want to kind of I kind of want to introduce you guys or reintroduce you guys to classic 1st edition Gamma World. And there's a couple of reasons. One, not all of our players could be here tonight. We have Kevin is out. He's recovering from surgery very well, I might add, very well. So Kevin will be rejoining us next week, but we've got Doomsword is out. He is tending to some business. So we got 3 players, and we kind of paused in media res last time we played Gamma World. So with a fantastic suggestion from Tim Imholt, I thought we could just kind of introduce you guys to what Gamma World is, how it works, what it does, what it doesn't, and how you can get started playing today. And we're going to got to do that panel style with the 3 players who can make it. So joining us tonight in just a few minutes, we're going to have Kanik. You guys know Kanik. She plays when Kyle runs a game on Wednesday, if she's available. And of course, she hangs out with us in Gamma World. And of course, we've got Tim Imholt will be joining us in just a few minutes for some Gamma World, and Yang Yan Zhao. And we're going to talk a little bit their experiences, what they think of Gamma World. And I'm going to kind of walk you guys through it some here. So if you're not familiar with Gamma World, let me do this. I'm gonna add this and share screen and share screen and share window and share screen, gonna share screen, gonna share screen. Okay. So this is Gamma World. Now, as it says on the tin, science fantasy role-playing game. We've got some guys in some high-tech gear. We've got some ruined buildings in the background. And with a name like Gamma World, of course, it conjures up images of gamma radiation and that sort of thing. So you would be forgiven for immediately jumping to the conclusion, hey, this is a post-apocalypse game. It's after the bomb. I get it. I dig it. The silos were emptied, the keys were turned, the submarines went under the ice caps and did their things. It's a little different. It's a little different because the world you inherit in Gamma World is not like, okay, the bombs fell a few months ago, we dig our way out, and hey, there's Bob's house over there, it wasn't destroyed. Our neighborhood's good, we'll go down to the grocery store and get some canned goods and try to say Gamma World takes place not in a near future. Gamma World takes place centuries down the line. The pre-disaster world of Gamma World was already futuristic and sleek and, more importantly, kind of alien to the 20th century mindset. When Jim Ward designed this, the pre-cataclysm world was set in the 2200s. So we're not just advanced just over the horizon. It's not the day after tomorrow. It's the decade after next. So Gamma World takes the already unfamiliar and then puts it through a disaster mode and then says to the players and the game master, this is the world that you live in now. There have been hundreds of years of mutations, ruin scavenging, tribalism. Now your characters are unleashed in this. So what does that 200-year gap, almost 300 years between today and the cataclysm that befell Gamma World, and then the 160 plus years after that, what does that mean? Well, it means, for one, even the average person isn't anymore. There's mutations, there's ancient technology that is barely comprehensible to us in a science fiction context, and for a society that is now 2 centuries after the cataclysm, it might as well be magic. So like I said, the familiar is mostly gone. You truly have to deal with primitive barbarians living in the ruins of a completely estranged reality. That is the overall setting of Gamma World. You can't just say, oh, okay, well, you're setting your game in Tennessee, I guess we'll go to the Safeway. What was the Safeway may now be a mile deep computer complex that, despite the cataclysm, is just ticking on with its robots tending to its systems. Maybe they've gotten corrupted. Maybe it's been taken over by a secret society that wants to turn its technology against the impure or the living or the non-mutated or whatever. It is a blank canvas. You can't just make assumptions about the world anymore simply because it's set on Earth and mostly in North America. So that's the tone of Gamma World. The rules of Gamma World are most interesting because, and I'm going to discuss with the panel when I bring the players on here in just a second. We're going to discuss the rules, but the one historical fact I want you guys to be eminently aware of is that Gamma World is the first clone game. Gamma World's core is designed to be compatible with first edition advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Physical strength in Gamma World and physical strength in D&D, point to point, are the same thing. So are hit points. Some stats are renamed and slightly different, but it pairs up almost 1-to-1. And if you've never owned Gamma World, you've at least seen in the Dungeon Master's Guide, Mutants and Magic, how to cross the systems over. And it explains the few bits of translation that have to happen. So I think I'm going to stop talking now because, I'm stop talking by myself now, and I'm going to bring on my players, and we're all going to talk a little bit about Gamma World, because it's not just enough to hear me kind of go over it again and again and again. We have a great bunch of players here, and we're going to talk to them about their experiences with it, because they've been playing with us for a while. Hello, Kabuki Kid. Good to see you. Wielder of the Wrench. Y'all best behave. She's in the house. So without further ado, let me welcome my first player here. You should check out his YouTube channel here. He has got a magnificent channel where he talks about science, he talks about authors, he talks about current events, history, and occasionally TTRPGs with talented and, dare I say, very handsome guests. Everybody, please welcome Tim Imholt. Tim, how are you?
I am wonderful, and the reason I like Gamma World is every once in a while on X or someplace you'll see people going, "Oh, I just want a RPG that's sandboxy. I don't want rules. I don't want restrictions." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I have the game for you, Becky." I won't finish that because I don't want you to be demonetized. So.
Well, I do appreciate it, Tim. I do appreciate it. And speaking of people who have cool channels here on YouTube, he is 1/3 of the Nerd Council of Doom, with myself and the Dungeon Minister being the others. He has got the comic book sci-fi corner pinned down here on YouTube. Check him out at Yang Yan Zhao 4. Everybody, please welcome Yang Yan Zhao. Yang, good to see you, brother. You are muted, my friends. Demute.
Good evening.
Now we hear you and see you, sir.
Yes. No muteds allowed. All right. And last but not least, as far as I know, unless she's been lying to us for a long time, she doesn't have a YouTube channel, but she hangs out on my YouTube channel from time to time and has played Gamma World with us for a good piece. Everybody, please welcome Kennick. And I know her real name, but she doesn't want me to dox her, but it's always weird when I have to stop and not say her real name. So everybody, please welcome Kennick to the show. Hello.
Hey,
how
peeps.
are you?
Hey, peeps. I mean, I think at Gary Con we kind of let the cat out of the bag there, and it's
we
fine.
did. We did. You were soft doxed on when I was at Gary Con, but anyway, we'll save any serious stuff for the YouTube identibots that are slowly rolling out. But anyway, so yeah, Gamma World. I just kind of want to go around the table here, and Tim, you've already talked about the sandboxy goodness of it, but from the single player, from the receiving end of what the Dungeon Master do, just in a few ideas, what are your thoughts on Gamma World?
Me?
You.
Well, I like it because it's sort of like whatever you can imagine kind of works, because it's set in this a world where you can't just run down to Lowe's and get what you need. So, if you want to fight with a sword, you want to fight with a spear, that's okay. If you find a plasma weapon and you actually have charges for it, you can work with that too. It is literally the limit of your imagination. And I think it pushes people to kind of get really creative. Like so often in D&D, we get kind of stuck where we're like, oh, well, the rules say this, we have to go this, we have to go there. The rules for this are exactly 26 pages long or something, and that includes a lot of backstory. So it's like,
yeah,
this is as sandboxy as it gets. This is like limit of your imagination stuff. And the other fun part about it, at least to me, is it's designed for your characters not to live very long, so don't get attached.
It is, and I want to tell you guys something. Jim Ward was absolutely unremittingly brutal in his take on Gamma World. Jim. Now, I think Gamma World can have great legs, but man, don't get super attached to a character, because you can be rocking like full power armor. Just what have you, and then literally some 3-armed ape fires a neutron missile at you, and that's it. I don't care how awesome your power armor is. A neutron bomb going off at your character's feet means everybody roll up more characters.
Or hungry plants.
Or hungry plants.
Yeah.
Yes. Hungry plants that can teleport sand spurs into your abdomen.
Your armor may as well be made out of Velcro flies.
Exactly. And let me tell you something. There is so much body horror in this game that I really wish Jim were with us, because Jim, wherever you are, were you okay, man? When you were writing this, there's a lot of body horror in Gamma World. Terrible things that can happen to you. But one thing I will tell you though is, you can be careful and survive Gamma World. It is pretty much the Tomb of Horrors turned inside out and applied to the world. So as Tim points out, it's fast, it's lethal. Yang, what do you think about it?
I agree. It is also fast and lethal, and you'll get real good at rolling dice and memorizing which pure strain human or mutant or animal mutant, which sort of extras they get when you roll, because you're going to roll a lot.
Yeah. Yep. You sure are. Well, I guess that just leaves Kennick. What do you think?
So I, just for funsies, I looked up the creation date of Gamma World, and it's 1978.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up the creation date of Aliens, and it's 1979. So the two happened, a year after each other. So,
Yeah.
That whole, injection thing was scary back in the 70s.
Yeah, I can't. Dan O'Bannon, who created Alien, said that he wanted to do a specific thing to squick both women, but particularly men out. And I cannot say that act without, seriously. So somebody would have to I hate to say this, so I say it in jest. Somebody would have to super chat a lot to get me to say what Dan O'Bannon said. He was trying to imply was to the male viewers of the movie Alien.
Okay, if somebody super chats enough for Bill to do that, I will do my best Les Grossman impression. Just to sweeten the pie. What do you say?
Look out, just to sweeten the pie, guys. But anyway, so Gamma World is, as I said, it is an AD&D compatible game, and Tim pointed something very important out. I made sure to have it prepped so I wouldn't pull down a cascade. I know you guys like watching my shit get broken and books falling everywhere, but I was prepared tonight. So this is the printed out PDF of Gamma World. This is thicker than the book you'd get in the box set because they include in the I think in the back of the book, yeah, they give you the map of North America. I know you guys can't see that real well, but the map, the hex map that you would have gotten in the box set. I know a lot of people are like averse to getting PDFs printed out from drive-through for various reasons. One of those being I don't get all the stuff in the box. I'm gonna hang on 1 second, my group. I'm not pushing you guys off of the green room, but I want to show you all something. This picture on the back of the booklet, you see the box on the upper half, the booklet on the lower, the map, and 2 percentile dice. That is what you got in the Gamma World box set back in the day. So you're not gonna, if you get this, it's I will put the link in chat if you guys want to check this out.
Yeah, I read through it one day in like 2 hours, and that was all the creature explanations too. So it's like the core rules you could read in 45 minutes.
Yeah, it is. It's a very, very simple system, but this is everything you need to get started. I think as soon as it came out, though, this is just my opinion, and unfortunately, Jim's not with us to answer these questions anymore. I desperately wish he was, but almost immediately in the Dragon, which Dragon magazine, TSR's house publication, they started publishing articles about Gamma World. You could find them scattered all over the place because people were like, okay, what happened to these cities? The map is just blank. Can you give me a little bit extra to go on? My players have got a question about this. What about that? What is it? So they started publishing a series of Gamma World articles. Now, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I do not condone any kind of piracy. If you want this, go buy the PDF. I linked to it in the chat. You can get it on drive-through. It's $16 for the PDF and the standard color book. I'm sorry, it's $18 for the PDF and the standard color book, which is what this is. However, the Dragon magazines that all the cool Gamma World articles were published in are unobtainium. So go out there and search them down. Look up a Dragon magazine index and look up all the Gamma World articles. Because if you get this, go ahead, Tim.
And if you're a purist, there's actually a first edition rule book on eBay right now for $27 or best offer.
Yeah. It's probably not the box, but yeah,
it doesn't have the box, but
but it is an absolute steal of an RPG, and then you can back it up with the PDFs. One of the things that I said was this is first edition AD&D compatible. So if you already have AD&D, one of the things that I have found is very, very important, even though my players were not necessarily aware of this, a lot of times when there's questions about things that are going on in here, or you need a good adjudication system, AD&D will have your answer. Like, I'll have the players roll a D20, and those in this book is the AD&D rules to sort of fill in the blanks a little bit. One of the most unique things about the rules, and this, I know this drives the players up the wall, but I'm gonna show this to you guys. Present the again 4 or 5 clicks. Where is it? There it is. Share, and we're gonna put this up on the screen again. Now, you guys are absolutely, I'm gonna scroll down here so we don't give anyone vertigo. But why don't we start with, say, and I'm only doing that so we can see the dice on screen. Let me open up DD Dice here. Why don't we start with Tim? Tim, your character, your hypothetical character here, let's assume for the sake of the argument, you have no special intelligence enhancement goings, but you find this spade gripped device that's got a long hollow tube that comes out the end. You want to try and figure out what to do, and I tell you to roll on chart A. Tim, let's start off, roll a 10-sided die, and let's see what you can figure out.
Let me find the 10-sided die. There we are.
All right. There you go.
A 4.
A 4. Okay, so if we start over here, we look and see that the first square of this chart, and I'm going to zoom in a little so folks can see a little better. S is where we start. So a 1 to 7, we figure out a function and we move to the next space. On an 8 through 10, we're still stuck trying to figure out which way is up. So Tim got a 4, so now we move to A. Now, what the lettered sections mean is you have figured out to that first point. You don't have to start all the way back at 1 once you begin. So Tim has figured out that, okay, I should probably point the pipe end at the bad guys. So Tim, roll another D10.
An 8.
An 8. So there we go. Bring that up there. It's not showing up on the screen, but that's okay. So Tim got an 8, and we look at the next table. So an 8 takes us from our nice safe box A up here to this circle. So maybe he's kind of having a little trouble with it. There's a little lever on the side he's flipping. What does that do? I don't know. So now, Tim, you can start over, or rather, you can roll a dice again. And D10 is how you navigate these charts. So
A 1.
A 1.
Yay,
Oh,
we get to advance.
All right. So you have figured that out, and you have now advanced to the next space. Now, Tim's not quote unquote safe. He could lose all of his figuring out knowledge and wind up all the way back at the start, but then he could just jump straight up to A. And by the way, these spaces here, if you're playing this at home, an easy way to do this is print these out and use a penny, a miniature, a counter from a game, a washer, a bottle cap, whatever, to keep track of where you are in the process. So, Tim, you figured out that maybe that little curly Q inside the big round thing, if you put your finger in there, something happens. So give me another D10 roll, Tim.
Now, I should also point out that while I'm doing that, some of the things you might be trying to figure out are how to turn on a nuclear reactor. Which could go
Exactly.
badly if you're not careful.
So Tim got another
1.
1. So Tim has figured out how to use pistols. He now understands the concept of pistols. And this broadly covers all pistols, whether it's a slug thrower, whether it's somebody's homemade zip gun, or whether it is a Mark V blaster pistol, or anything in between. Tim's character now knows how to use it. Assuming the gadget he found was in working condition, he can now use it effectively. Now, as I was saying earlier, in Tim's case, he had no special mental abilities. Depending on your intelligence or certain mutations, your character has a greater affinity for figuring out these devices. So Tim now knows how to use the pistol.
I want to point out to everybody, if you haven't noticed, at the bottom of this diagram is a little skull and crossbones.
Yes, I think that merits mentioning. So you can say we started over here and we got a 6. Oh, that's cool. Okay, well we got a 4. Well, that's cool. We're moving along. Uh-oh, we got an 8. Oh, we rolled again. We got a 10. Oh, okay, I'm going to roll one more time. Surely I can get a 4 to 7 or a 1 to 3. No. I rolled a 10 and the skull and crossbones. That is open to game master interpretation, what that skull and crossbones means. Now,
but we know what Bill's going to do with that.
Maybe. I mean, if it's a pistol, and I already decided it was a slug thrower, maybe you wound yourself for a couple of points of damage. If it was a grenade, and it's a photon grenade, and you roll skull and crossbones, make up another character and mop the little puddle of plasma slime off the ground with your new character. So yes, the skull and crossbones, things can go really wrong. And here is an exit out that will return you to square A. So if you made it all the way down here and then rolled a 6, that wouldn't send you back to the start. It wouldn't kill you. It wouldn't start the slow process of trying to get back up. It would simply, you'd go, oh, wait, okay, no, I'm doing this wrong. I've got it figured out to this point. So that was chart A. We know the basic mechanics of it. I'm going to be nice to Kanek. Kanek, you can start on chart B. Chart B includes things like offensive armor, like Doomsword's big, bulky, chunky Kao Yokoyama power armor. Combustion vehicles. If you guys ever find a working car, I only want the gasoline. Just walk away. Then you can figure out through chart B how to use it. Turbine cars, hover cars, flit cars, medikits, which Kanek is forever pestering me about.
I know, totally.
Energy cell chargers, robotic units, rejuve chambers, stasis chambers, that sort of thing. Kanek, you have found this box. It's got 4 thick, bouncy wheels on either side. It's got a comfortable looking chair and an array of buttons and levers, and you have no idea what they do. Roll a d10 for me.
Got a 3.
You got a 3. All right. You start off, you sit down, you touch the door, it slides down, and a comfortable but snug belt moves across your body. Roll a d10 again.
I'm kind of feeling comfortable, but we'll see.
Okay, so you got to A. Now we're over to B. Okay, you hit a couple of switches tentatively. Maybe the thing rumbles to life. Maybe you get some lights up there. Go ahead and give us another d10 roll.
Oh, wow. I'm
one.
hot today.
Okay, there's a deep hum from somewhere within the belly of this machine. The levers are moving. There's some sensors. You got some waves oscilloscoping up and down on screens. So give me another roll. And you got a 4. So yeah, you punch a few buttons and you do a few things, but nothing terrible happens, but nothing positive happens. So we're still sitting right here. Basically, nothing changes. You didn't find a control that changed anything. Kabuki Kid says this flowchart is bonkers. Well, maybe maybe you ought to wait around to see chart C, Kabuki.
Oh my!
So, do you wish to abandon this?
You're in trouble.
Do you wish to abandon this thing, or do you wish?
No, I'm gonna keep going. We never stop.
All right, we
don't
never
do that.
stop here. You need a 1. You need a 1. And
Oh
you
my
got
gosh!
it. Okay.
Yeah, he's saving the tough one for you, man.
So yes.
It'll be easy.
You have flipped switches. You have figured out that this lever makes it roll forward. You pull back, it stops. You turn this control stick this way, it rolls that way, The windows do this. You can get Fortunate Son to play out of the box in the dash with that, and you have got an operational vehicle. Now, I say she's got an operational vehicle. Here's the thing. You can go through this entire flow chart on something that is even clearly non-functional, but still determine the basic way to operate it. So even if this turbine car, flit car, medikit, reju chamber, even if none of this worked, you would still understand the process. So when you found one, then you would know. All right, Yang, you're walking through the desert. You find this cuboidal black building, glossy black windows, cracks in the glass, vines growing up, but still, unlike everything you've seen before in this accursed land, strangely intact. There's an open door. You go forward, you go down a few flights of stairs, you find yourself in front of a fiendishly complex looking mechanical device, cylindrical. It's in the basement of the building. You're not sure what this does, but curiosity has gotten the better of you. So Yang, roll a d10.
I didn't see it roll, but I got an 8.
You got an 8. Okay, so let's see. So that's a 1 to 6. That's a 7. Yeah, you kind of poke at a couple of switches. You move a couple of things around. Doesn't really do anything. Go ahead and give it another try.
And if you get this roll right, you will understand the secret to D. Snyder's hair.
Nobody cares. The D. Snyder's
Another
hair.
8.
Another 8. It does twice as much as it did the first time.
Okay.
But we're stubborn.
Well, since this isn't a real game, I'll hit it again.
All right.
Well, there we go. 3.
A 3. Okay, you flip a couple of switches and a couple of little indicators come up. There's a deep hum starts somewhere, and some emergency lights flicker on. All right, so we are now at A on the chart. I'm pointing at the screen like you guys can see my fingertip. We are now at A on the chart right there. Yang, give it another switch.
5.
A 5. Okay, you tentatively slide a slider up. The hum both lowers in volume but increases in pitch. Do you want to keep going? We are now at B.
Well, the player in me says leave, but I will roll again.
All right.
Come on, nothing but a good time. Come on.
8.
8. Okay. You say, well, clearly, if moving this lever forward caused that, moving it even further forward should cause even better things. The high-pitched hum kind of turns into an off-key warble. Otherwise, nothing changes. There's some needles sort of bouncing towards a little red line. You're not sure what that's about, but go ahead and give it another try.
2.
A 2. Okay, so things you slide it back down and things kind of stabilize. You are back to A. So you want to give it another roll?
Sure.
All righty.
6.
A 6. Okay, this time you bring the slider down. You push a couple of other sliders seem to be your thing. You push a couple other sliders. You hear sort of mechanical rumble, and some indicators turn from green to yellow. Blade Runner is my favorite film of all time, Kabuki. I absolutely adore Blade Runner. It is hands down my favorite. All right, Yang. So you've done something. You've changed something. Go ahead and give me another roll.
9.
All right, so it was 8. You rolled a 9. Nothing changes. You're still staying within variance. You try a couple of different knobs, but nothing changes.
All right, well, better push more knobs.
Yes.
3.
A 3. Okay. You see some indicator lights sort of tick down a little bit. They stay green, but they've kind of gone down next to some vertical yellow indicators. The green indicator lights have come down about halfway. Go ahead and give me another die roll.
8.
8. Okay. Those indicator lights drop down, and as soon as they drop down below the height of those bars, the yellow bars that they're on either side of, there's kind of a persistent rumble now. There's little rotating yellow light on the side of this cylinder starts rotating, and there's this annoying honking sound that's going on periodically. Go ahead and give me one more roll.
6.
6. Okay. You decide maybe that's not a good thing. You kind of push a couple of levers up, and that brings us all the way down to square C. So you figured out, don't let the green come down past the height of the yellow bars, and that yellow light stops and the honking stops. So you're now at C. Yang, do you want to roll again?
Yeah, of course. I got this thing totally figured out.
You've got it figured out.
8.
All right. So you rolled an 8. Okay. Once again, we're back to the rumbling and so on. You're not sure. Like, you left those controls alone, but now you see these little blue bars slide down, and the rumbling and the yellow lights again. Go ahead and roll.
Rumbling's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of vibrating in your feet. A 1. Okay.
That's usually what happens right before it explodes.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, you never.
You rolled a 1. Not great, not terrible. But you got it stabilized again. So we're now at the square just beyond C. Go ahead and roll it again, Yang.
Two.
A 2. Okay. There's now kind of a thrumming sound. It's not entirely unpleasant. Roll again.
Three.
A 3. Okay. We are now all the way. We are one step away, Yang. You're kind of muddling through. You've got like power, something that says power levels, something that says coolant levels. You're making these little bars go up and down and controlling the pitch and the intensity of the rumble. Sometimes when you make the bars go down, the little yellow light and the honking sound starts again. Go ahead and roll one more time.
1.
A 1. I don't believe it, guys, but Yang has figured out the main building power system for the building he's in, the little reactor. Had Yang fallen down to here or up to here, there would have been a meltdown. There would have been a radiation release. Let's say,
but just a little one.
Just a little one. Yang, do me a favor. Roll 3d6 real quick, bud. We're gonna have some fun here. Roll 3d6.
13.
13. Okay, I meant to. So 13. Let's say hypothetically that Yang had gone down to that skull. I had mentioned radiation in the descriptions for the games before. There's a radiation exposure matrix. Now, Tim, I hope this does not offend your physics sensibilities too terribly much. That, you know, the 200 years later, or 160 some years later, stuff's just not going to be radioactive anymore.
You really just need to know the part where dead, not dead. Dead, not dead.
All right. So let's say Yang had a Constitution 13, and I decided that what he needed to chasten him for messing around with that reactor was, say, 4d6 of radiation exposure. Or I'm sorry, 3d6 of radiation exposure. And we roll our dice.
I do want to point out that I actually have a friend that still works in radiation stuff, and he's actually a provost at MIT now, who was at CERN when Chernobyl happened, and they figured out what it was like a day and a half before the Russians actually admitted it.
Yeah.
Apparently they picked it up on sensors like a half hour later.
I can absolutely believe it. I mean, they cracked open a graphite reactor and exposed
they
it to the sky.
blew one out.
They
didn't crack it open.
Yeah.
They blew it up.
they blew it up. All right, so let's say something had gone terribly wrong with Yang, and his die rolls. I rolled a 13 for the radiation intensity. I guess our on-screen die roller is feeling a little funky tonight, so you guys can't see it. But I rolled a 13, and Yang's Constitution is a 13. So if we cross-reference on the radiation matrix, if you guys are looking, a radiation intensity of 13 and a Constitution of 13, yes, indeed, would mean death. Now, there is an option where basically D is not insta-death. Rather, you have a 20% chance of survival, but you get a mutation. So I would then roll on that matrix. And I rolled a 34. So Yang did not, in fact, get a mutation. He got super leukemia and expired on the building's floor. And the reactor would then, over time, go back into safe mode. And the next character who came in, I would say, there's a body lying on the floor.
Melted.
It's blistery and harder to use depending on your character type, your character intelligence, and whatnot. Now, one of the things that you can do with Gamma World is, I mentioned mutation earlier. This is not. You could have a character who looks completely normal, absolutely looks like a pure strain human, and they have psychic powers, they have pyrokinesis, teleportation, time travel, an extra brain, and like extra brittle bones. You could get all of that in a package that looks like just Joe Average, or you could have a humanoid fox. This game really, as Tim said, it really holds nothing back as far as character possibilities. So
if you want to mutate with a dog, you can if you want to make John Candy's character from Spaceballs, you can.
That's right. You can absolutely a Mog, half man, half dog. You're your own best friend. Energy shields can stop neutron, plasma, particle, etc.
They can. Nothing stops neutrons. They're neutral. What are you going to repel it with? They have no charge.
Yes. About a parsec's thickness of lead, maybe. I don't know.
Boron kind of works, and so does lead, but you got to have a crap load of it if it's high enough energy.
Yes. I think, Tim, have you or Yang or Kinect, have you guys ever read Ringworld by Larry Niven?
Nope.
Yes.
A long time ago, yep.
Yeah, he described the substance, like the metal, the alloy that the ring itself was made out of. Earth scientists figured out, because it was like 3 feet thick uniformly around the inner hub of the ring, after it had like a couple 100 meters of topsoil packed on top of it for stuff to grow. But they figured out that it was held together with the strong nuclear force, and it was a parsec's thickness of steel in terms of like molecular density or something. I don't remember the specifics, but anyway, I'm getting into an area that I don't understand, so I'm going to stop talking.
I was going to explain it, but we'd be here all night, and I don't really.
Yes. So, let's. Why
Yang would
don't-
fall asleep, and Kennick would be like, "Okay, move on, move on."
So why don't, for our audience's sake, we go ahead and we'll dice up some characters real quick, unless you guys already have not your characters you regularly play. If you guys have already got characters diced up, it's entirely up to you.
Sure.
All
I'll
right,
dice up a pure strain humor. It's easiest.
A pure strain humor. Okay, so character creation is it is 3d6 down the line. There is no 4d6 discard lowest. So Kennick, let's start. Roll your mental strength. Roll your mental strength. 3d6.
$15.
15. Okay, good. Very good. Now roll your intelligence. Now, in case you guys out there are wondering, mental strength is roughly the equivalent of wisdom in AD&D. So
11.
in 11 for intelligence. Okay. Now, there are alternate rules for creating pure strain humans. Gary thought pure strain humans weren't powerful enough, so he immediately introduced alternate rules that were published by TSR for creating pure strain humans. To keep things simple, so we're not here for 4 hours tonight, guys. We're just going to go by the book. So now roll your dexterity.
10.
A 10. All right. And now your charisma.
Oh, I
And
thought it
dex-
was physical strength.
Did we skip past physical strength? Mental strength. Nope. Mental strength. It is mental strength, intelligence, dexterity, charisma. Physical strength is all the way at the
Oh,
end.
okay. I got him flipped. Okay.
That's okay.
No
So
problem.
charisma.
15.
15. All right. All that. And she's good looking. Okay. And last but not least, you want, or not last but not least, constitution.
The important one.
A
10.
10. Okay, so
Wow.
we're going to pause here. For determining hit points in Gamma World, it is always a D6. There are no classes in Gamma World, despite Kennick's insistence that I'm playing a healer. No, you're fucking not. You're another scavenger. You're another survivor.
Bill with the F-bomb.
know.
Whoa! Wait
Wow.
a minute.
Oh, that's
We must be
demonetization.
over the
city.
hour mark.
Oh
We're over,
man!
we're over the hour mark. So roll 10d6 to determine your hit points for your temp character.
6. I'm pure strain human. I get an 8.
Roll 3d6 to determine your hit points.
Really?
We are
No, 6.
just gliding along with the book tonight. We don't want to throw curves at people.
Okay,
3d6
fine.
or 10d6 rather.
There we go.
This should average out. Okay, so
43.
43 hit, little on the high side. Very good. Okay, so you have 43 hit points, and last but not least, your physical strength. Your physical strength, and that is equivalent to AD&D strength. You do not get heroic strength in Gamma World.
14.
You never get 18 by whatever. Okay, so that's a pretty good character. Next up, Tim. We're gonna go back to the top. You gonna throw a mutation or two in there? Or are you gonna do pure strain human?
Oh, I stick with pure strain human, and I let the mutations happen on accident.
Right. Hey, what's in this barrel? Ooh, this tastes like burning. Uh-oh. Tim gets 2 defects. So you're going to do 3d6. We're 3d6 down the line. So we're going to start with mental strength.
7.
7. Well, Tim, what's important is that those who can do and those who can't teach. All right, next up. So that was mental strength. Dexterity, Tim. Dexterity, 3d6.
13.
13. There you go. All right. Now for charisma.
7.
A 7. Okay.
Nobody likes me.
Nobody likes. All right. Charisma 7. Let's see. I want to look at the table here. So a charisma of 7, maximum number of followers are 3. Morale adjustment is -1, and reaction adjustment is -1. So not everyone hates you, just a lot of people do. All right, so that is charisma. Now it's constitution.
Which is probably more important in Gamma World than just about anything.
Indeed. 14. Okay, Tim, roll 14d6 for your hit points. And we get 41. Not bad. All right. And last but not least, physical strength.
Is that 3d6 again?
3d6. Yes, sir.
17.
17.
Wow.
Nice.
You are above average dexterity, but you are strong, my friend. You do an extra 2 points of damage in hand-to-hand melee combat. If you're not using a projectile weapon, you can punch the snot out of somebody.
I might not be able to talk the barmaid into free drinks, but I can throw the barmaid across the room.
That's right.
So this barmaid can get you to like lead the party and take everything.
Exactly.
Hey, Darth Brooks. Yes, we're gamma worlding. On accident isn't proper. I've always said on accident. I always assumed it was proper. Anyway, so
after I will tell you this: after 8 books and a long time working in academia and other places, I don't care as long as people understand what I'm trying to say.
Alrighty, Yang Yan Zhao. What are you feeling, man? Are you thinking mutant? What?
Well, since I know you're going to have fun killing him, let's do a mutated animal.
A mutated animal. I love it. Okay. All right. So, what is your basic animal type?
My basic animal type.
Wascally Wabbit.
I'm going to go with anteater.
Oh,
Anteater. Okay. So you
Anteater.
got a
interesting choice.
I didn't see that one coming.
neither did I. Neither did I. Okay, Yang, we're gonna do your basic attributes first. Same thing. You're gonna do 3d6 down the line. We have not had a TPK Gonzalo. We're just kind of test driving Gamma World for some folks who may be new to the show audience, and just kind of introducing people to how it all works. So, and thank you for being here. I hope everything is excellent where you are. All right, Yang, let's start off. Mental strength, buddy, 3d6.
All right. 5.
Woohoo! Dumb as an anteater. It really hits home. All right, so well, mental strength is just like willpower. Intelligence is where it's at. So
Yep.
3d6 for intelligence.
15.
See, you're very smart. You're very smart. All right. Dexterity, 3d6 again.
8.
8. That's not bad. That's about average. Charisma. How charismatic is the personality of your anteater?
10.
10. See that people's reaction to you is going to be good. A 10, 4 followers, normal morale, normal reaction adjustment. Hey, check out that talk. Let's talk to the anteater. He seems okay. All right, and let's see. Next up,
Con.
that's right. Constitution.
5.
Oh, thank you for the super. Somebody needs to play Blue Aardvark that only talks in Jackie Mason.
Only talks like Jackie Mason.
I hate you, instant hole. All right. So wait, what did you get for con?
Best we can do is a purple
5.
anteater that talks like Snoop Dogg.
Oh my gosh!
All right,
Oh,
Yang,
wow.
roll 5d6, buddy.
Oh my gosh!
18.
So we're gonna roll another one up with what
You
time
have-
we have left. Is
Yeah,
that what you're saying?
18 hit points. Okay, all right. Physical strength, 3d6. It'd be hilarious if he rolls an 18. Yeah, you can hire
15.
henchmen in this game.
Oh my
15
gosh.
Oh my god, yeah. So I think at 15 you do an actual extra point of damage in melee combat.
I think it's a 16.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, I tried. All right, but you're a mutant. Congratulations, you are a mutant. Yang, roll 1d4, please.
Oh yeah. How many mutations you got?
One. One physical.
All right, you have one physical mutation. Yang, let's see, mutations. That is over on page 9.
Did that happen the time that Einstein was trying to figure out how to put bubbles into beer and accidentally figured out nuclear fusion?
I think that was it. I saw that documentary back in the late 80s.
Totally
all right.
could be.
So, this is physical mutations. Yang, roll percentile dice. Let's see what physical mutation you get.
94.
94.
Probably like will force or something.
Roll a good mutation, no defects. We will ignore any defects. So roll again, and we'll just ignore any defects you get.
Very nice.
8.
8. That is diminished sense. You do not have diminished sense. Roll again.
15.
15. Gas generation, musk.
This is ending up like a copy of Gary.
It is. This gives the mutant a gas musk gland. Much like a skunk, the mutant may expel this musk or gas, causing repulsion, unconsciousness, or even death in the beings at which it is directed. Range 10 meters. Suggestions: obscuring gas, irritating gas, paralysis gas, poison musk, blinding musk, and so on. I will say you have a paralyzing musk. Roll
Nice.
3d6, and that will be its strength.
Oh, goodness.
9.
9. So that's exactly average musk there. So yes, there are things that you can paralyze. Now let's roll for mental mutations. Roll 1d4. Watch, he's gonna get like time travel and pyrokinesis.
3.
3. Okay, so roll d100.
9.
Dual brain.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
Tucked away in your body, you have dual brain. Any mutant with this power has 2 brains, not necessarily 2 heads, both of which function normally and which may have between them up to 3 additional mental mutations. This allows a mutant a -1 on all die rolls when trying to figure out any ancient artifacts. When under mental attack, one brain may suffer the effects while the other keeps the mutant functioning normally, moving, striking, attacking, etc. A dual brain allows 2 mental saving throws. Right there, folks. There are no saving throws in this game. And if either one is successful, the mental attack on the mutant fails. Both brains have the same mental strength rolled at the start of the campaign. But any increase in mental strength due to surviving mental attacks is awarded at 1/2 the normal rate. So, Yang, let's finish up, and then we'll roll the next 3 mental mutations. So,
Okay.
So that was your first
Mm-hmm.
mutation. Roll a d100 for your next one.
68.
68.
Almost good.
Almost good. Multiple damage. Now you might think, oh, that sounds wonderful. Multiple damage is actually a defect, and let's see why. Multiple damage. This causes the mutant involved to double or even triple any damage sustained by the mutant. This occurs not because the damage has really been inflicted, but because the mutant thinks it has. What can I tell you, bud? All right.
Okay.
Roll that third.
31.
31. Heightened brain talent. For a campaign character, this guy's pretty awesome.
Too bad he has to die.
Yeah, too bad he has 18 hit points.
Heightened brain
And
talent.
heightened damage.
Let's see. What that was heightened brain talent. Oh, because I'm going in the wrong direction. Heightened brain talent. Mutants with this ability will be able to figure out the workings of any artifact in 1/3 the normal time, i.e., 40 minutes for 10 die rolls on the artifact use instead of 2 hours. And they receive 2 saving throws. Again, there's no saving throws against mental attacks. Note, however, that if this mutant has a double brain, you do not get 4. It is impossible to tell an undetected lie to a mutant with heightened brain talent. All right. So Yang, roll a d6 and divide by 3, or divide by 2 rather, and we'll see how many more mutations you've got.
This
5,
be careful, be on a mission
2.5.
from Dad.
So you have 3 more mental mutations. Roll the first
Nice.
one.
He's on a mission from God.
Yes, he is.
9 again.
9. Wait, 9?
Yes.
Okay, you have de-evolution. This is the power to strip abilities from a mutant opponent by regressing it along its ancestral lines. If this power works, treat as a mental attack. It begins by taking away permanently the opponent's greatest special ability, referee's choice. On every subsequent melee turn, another special ability is thus removed until the mutant's opponent is returned to its original stock. This power lasts for the duration of one combat situation, however long that may take, has a range up to 30 meters, and may be used once per week. So you can literally make somebody stop being a mutant for a brief while.
Nice.
Roll your next one.
40.
40. Heightened intelligence. And brother, you need it. Heightened intelligence. No, mental strength is where you're at. So heightened intelligence. Add 4 points to your mental resistance rating, not to exceed 18, and subtract 2 points from the die rolls when you're trying to figure out an artifact. If you ever run this guy, my campaigns are cooked. You're just gonna be like,
Well, I'm thinking about it.
so
You have to kill off your other guys so we could just bring this one along.
4 points to your mental resistance. All right, roll your next one. Was that the second or the first one of your new set?
That was the second. De-evolution and then heightened intelligence, and 17.
17. Oh, epilepsy.
Oh.
Epilepsy. This is a body paralysis that occurs for various reasons. When attacks come on, the body is unable to respond to the environment around it, and it remains motionless. Basically, yeah, it's bright strobe lights, like rotating warning lights, things like that might get you. And depending on when that is, I will roll percentile dice to see if it sets on. So,
All right.
so there you go. So there is Yang's mutant. He has just stacks of mental powers and a few defects, but now you out there in audience land might be saying, well, all this is very cool, Bill. All this is very cool indeed, but what does it mean? What does it matter? And I will tell you, at different points in your travels, you all entered a space somewhere along the northeast coast of the great continent, the shattered continent of Gamma World. After either stumbling through accidentally, or in the case of Yang, simply being able to puzzle it out, that illusions trying to bar you from entering further into an area were just that, illusions. You find yourselves at various points wandering amongst great ruins of a city that was by the sea. Some of the ruins have slid down into great crevasses. And as you explore further, you hear the strangest music playing, all of you at various points as you go along in your travels. And there's this sort of sonorous, brassy sound, and these voices singing in unison. And at different times in your travels, all of you were drawn to where this was, and you find yourselves in a huge place. It can only be a place of worship. Standing there are what you presume to be a group of uniformly dressed in white robes, by all appearance, humans by their looks, all of them bald. And at the far end of this processional, where they stand in neat rows, singing praises, there is what you recognize as a neutron missile. You have just a little bit of time to puzzle out its purpose. On one of the stabilizer fins, you see the old Greek letter for alpha. On the other, the old Greek letter for omega. Before you can try and determine this, you are seized by large numbers of these individuals. And even Yang, with your dual brain, you cannot stop your body from becoming wholly paralyzed. You are not treated too unkindly, but you are all dragged into individual cells and shut in. And as you ponder what might be next, soon a tall, dark-skinned fellow comes, and he looks at you three, and he says, "We, the dwellers of the Forbidden Zone, do not wish violence. We do not wish harm. We do not wish death or destruction. That is for God to decide. But you see, we cannot have you telling other people of our existence in our perfect ordered world here. No, you see, God's plans must not be thwarted by outsiders. You will come with me." And he thinks at you. He is incredibly mentally powerful. You, Yang, your little, shall I call him a Yangulin rather than a pangolin? You know, because Anteater is Yang.
Nice.
You're able to resist the most. You kind of dig your little claws into the ground, but eventually you are forced to walk forward. For Tim and Kennick, Arlen the second, and Shirley, just your muscles are not your own. You walk through these teeming hallways. It is utterly silent. It is distressingly silent, even though you and clusters of these folk dressed in these white robes, word being uttered. Soon, and you walk into the middle of it. Scattered out are short swords, clubs, all shining duralloy, pure duralloy items in one place at the same time. The dark-skinned individual takes his place with two others, and you hear his voice in your minds again. "We will not harm you. However, you must never tell anyone of what you have seen here. And so you will remove yourselves from the great equation that our God has created." you each know now that you are utterly hostile to the other two in this arena with you. You move almost by instinct. You grab up a shield. You grab up a melee weapon. It can be whatever type you like. And you stare hatefully at them as impinged on your minds are the thoughts hate, kill. So you're in the arena. You're fighting each other. And we're going to do, since there's 3 separate sides, we're going to do 3 separate initiatives. Tim, roll a d6 for your initiative.
I don't want to.
Well, haven't you guys seen Return to the Planet of the Apes? A 2. Okay, Yang, roll initiative.
6.
All right, I'm feeling Yang's going to be going first. And Kanek, roll initiative for Shirley. A 5. Okay, so initiative order is Yang, Shirley, and Arlen the second. So Yang, you have these. You pick up a dagger, which for you is almost a short sword, and yes, they have put a shield there. Everyone, dexterity notwithstanding. What was Arlen's dexterity, Tim?
13.
13. Okay. What is Pangolin's dexterity, Yang?
8.
8. Okay. And what is Shirley's dexterity, Kenneth?
10.
All right. So you guys get no dexterity bonus. You're all armor class 8. There's whatever you want. There's spears, swords, axes, maces, clubs. Just tell me what you're armed with. Tim, what do you grab?
I'm going to have a mace.
You're going to have a mace.
I'm gonna
Yang?
crush somebody in the head, man.
Any chance there's a vibroblade?
Not that you can see, no.
Then I'll take a short sword.
All right. And Kanek, how about Shirley?
She's grabbing a spear.
All right. So this round, Yang, you go first. Who are you lunging at?
I'm not going to lunge at either of them. I'm going to gas the crap out of them to paralyze them.
Okay, so you're gonna try and gas. All right, we said it was strength 9. Who are you aiming at? Arlen or Shirley?
Is there a chance I can get both?
No, they are spread out too far. You're in a triangular.
Okay, well then I'm going for Arlen.
Simpsons.
All right, Tim, what is your constitution?
14.
So that is a 9, and you rolled a 4 table. Let's go down here. And poison matrix. No one can be told what the poison matrix is. They have to be shown. Oh, your strength 9, Tim. Your constitution 14. Like being lifts its tail and but it's not too bad. Kanek, what is Shirley doing?
She's kind of backing up and gonna play defense here. Let the two guys duke it out, maybe.
Okay. All right, Tim. How about Arlen the second?
I'm going to take my mace and go smash Shirley in the head.
All right, you cross over the arena. You've got a combat move. It is under 12 meters, so you rush over there. Roll a d20.
I don't know why I went after Shirley. I just felt like it.
Yes,
The
Jorge.
weakest
you thrust him
one?
apart.
16.
All right, so your mace. This is AD&D standard. So this is a mace, and you do. Shirley is a man-sized or smaller opponent.
Even with my strength of 17, I don't get a bonus.
Oh no, you do get a bonus. Strength of 17. That's an extra point of damage. So that is 1 more point of damage to Shirley.
So you took
I'm
6.
gonna give him a look like I'm the cute girl. the mutant is over there that tried to gas you. What is up with that?
Shirley, right now, the just red hot rage of hatred is burning in your brain. Exterminate, kill. That's what you're thinking right now. Now, one thing I will tell you guys, and we're going to see this as melee rounds go on, you guys will start to experience fatigue in combat, but we'll get to that at the right time. So, Arlen II strikes the first blow. Pow! Brains Shirley. How many hits you down to, Shirley?
I started with 43, so I'm
30.
not
37.
horrific.
37. Okay. All right. Tim, roll a d6 for initiative.
Four.
All right. Yang, roll a d6 for initiative.
3.
All right. Kenneth, roll a d6 for initiative.
A 2. Wow.
All right.
432.
Tim, you're standing by Shirley. You have drawn first blood. Her gore drips off of the flanges of your mace. And she's right there. Do you want to go after her or the farting pangolin?
I think we're going to go after the farting pangolin just for fun.
All right. So you move over there. Make your attack.
D20, I roll a 16.
Shirley.
All right. You completely ignoring the fellow who just brained you. Shirley, what is your constitution, please? What is your constitution?
10.
10. And you have fart strength 9. Constitution 10. Strength of poison 9. All right. Shirley, your eyes water over, your nose and your throat slam shut. It is hard to breathe. You are going to be unconscious for, let's see, Constitution 10, Strength 9. Youch, 3 rounds.
Maybe
so
they'll take each other out in that time.
Thunk, your weapon falls down. Okay. All right. Yang, go ahead and I'm sorry, it's a new round. It is the first round of Shirley's unconscious. Tim, you have run over, you've smacked the pangolin, you throw your arm over your mouth so you don't get gassed because you see it turning around, raising its tail. It hits the woman on the far side of the arena. I'm guessing you're going to attack him.
Absolutely.
All right, roll a d6 for initiative. Yang, roll a d6.
Ooh, a 6.
That's going to be tough to beat. Yang,
4.
roll initiative. 4. Okay. Tim, swing on.
19.
Oh, that is a hit. Roll your damage.
2 plus 2 is 4.
All right, 4 more points of damage. Yang, do your worst.
He is... Well, first he will say, "What are you doing? We should kill her while she is out of the way." And he'll use his short sword on Shirley.
I do like Pepe Le Pew coming from the stinky guy, though. That's pretty
Well, you will have to move across the arena, but you may certainly do that. So go over there and you stab her. So that's going to be an automatic hit on a downed opponent for twice max damage, unfortunately. So short sword, that's going to be 12 points of damage you do to Shirley, and you stab her there. So Tim, the farting pangolin, has just walked over and attacked the woman lying on the ground. That ends that round. You have on the second round of Shirley's paralysis or unconsciousness. Yang, you going to attack her again?
No, I'm gonna sneak gas Arlen.
All right, you're going to try and stink gas Arlen. Tim, you going to fight this armadillo here?
Oh, yeah. We're going to smash
All
him.
right.
Because I don't think he has that many hit points. So he's got to be down to not many.
Yang, roll initiative.
Come on, 6. 5.
Tim, roll initiative.
1.
Okay. You're enveloped in a stinky, eye-watering, burning smell, but it doesn't really affect you. So go over there and attack that pangolin.
$18.
Oh my God, you're on fire. Roll your damage.
4 plus 2 is 6.
All right. How many hit points you got left there, pangolin?
2.
2. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. At the beginning of the next round, as you're all squaring off, you can see the woman on the ground. She's bloodied. She is starting to stir. The hatred that you all have for one another is intense. It is building. You cannot wait to kill each other and then kill this sleeping woman and then throw yourself on a sword and end your hatred completely. There is a long staccato burst. You hear groans of pain from the gallery that's watching you, and the 3 individuals their bodies jerk as they're splattered with some kind of projectile weapon, stitched through, gore splashing on the wall behind them. They all slump down. It's dripping on the ground. Running around the gallery, armed with some kind of projection weapon, there is what appears to be a pure strain human. He has sky blue eyes, a neatly trimmed beard, blonde hair. He just looks around as he targets another group of these people, hosing them with bullets. And the only thing he says before he dashes out the door is, "It's a madhouse!" And then he keeps running, chasing after them, screams, explosions, but the urge, the desire to kill each other is gone. It just, that rage just fades away, and you see each other now not as mortal enemies, but as fellow travelers in this post-apocalypse world whose minds were controlled by these mutants. There's currently none in this area. Shirley levers herself up. She's in terrible pain. She's been stabbed through a couple of times. Your blood is warm and wet beneath you. There's the pangolin standing next to you, looking dumbfounded, and the pure strain human with his bloodied mace likewise standing there. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna say to Shirley, "Yeah, walk it off, yeah."
Shirley's gonna brace herself up with her spear, and she's gonna back off.
I'm going to tell Pangolin, hey, I'm sorry I bashed you in the head, buddy. It just, it happens. Oops.
So there is there's just a very simple ramp that goes up out of here where these beings are lying dead at their station overlooking this arena. So what are you guys doing? You hear explosions and cries of pain in the distance.
Just coming to look at the two of them and say, obviously we were being controlled.
Things were. A d20 and tell me what you get. This is going to be really easy for Yang, but each of you roll a d20 and tell me what you get. 7. Okay. You got a 2. So first, this dark skin kind of decoration clipped to the front of his robe is a square object. It's about 60 millimeters by 40 millimeters. Second, Yang. Oh, that's only in there. tons of times.
Maybe we will learn how to disarm an opponent. Kind of like in the Naked Gun, where you disarm your...
Ancient 2D projection you saw back in your village. Okay, the card is blue and it has a black stripe on it. All right. There's that, and also, Pangolin, you notice that this fellow's skin is kind of wrinkled and pushed up at the collar of his tunic. Like it's just kind of a thick, rubbery layer.
Damn man, look at his skin. He's certainly a reptilian. Come to take over the world, yeah? We should go.
All right. Does anyone stop to investigate this, or you guys just move on?
I'd like to see if it peels off.
It does, and this is like, you've seen ancient cloth and materials before. This is surely something like that. This is not his skin. This is some kind of a mask. His skin underneath is this hideous grayish whitish translucency that looks horribly burned and scarred. And when you take a moment to look at the other bodies, they too are wearing these masks. So, all right. So you make your way through this underground complex. As you go towards where you hope is the exit, unfortunately, the sounds of battle get closer and closer. You have to duck into a room because running around a corner, you see animal mutants. They are human-shaped. You've ducked into a room. You have one injured comrade there. But if you want to eat it all, that's up to you.
All right, fine. He'll share it with Shirley.
All right.
Mon cher.
Okay.
I mean, I've got 15 charisma, so I'm not hard to look at.
But you're also not an armored formicidiovore, so
a female anteater.
Yes.
But where I am from, we do not think about such things.
God, the French. Anyway, so there's enough that you guys
it's part Pepe Le Pew. It's got to be because
there's enough that you're able to heal up, and there's a convenient bag of some transparent material that you can put the rest in there for, say, if Arlen II was injured.
I can carry it. I'm strong enough.
All right. So you move back out in the hall. You dodging patrols. You see just heaps of bodies and pools of blood. These strange people who, granted, were trying to kill you, but are now being massacred. They're fighting. Like at one point, you see a lone ape man warrior staggering back with his hands held up. No, please. And then he just catches fire. It's horrible. Burning ape hair smell permeates the hall as he goes up in a torch screaming. And there is one of the people in the white robes just kind of gliding forward at him as he goes up like a Roman candle. And then you return to where you entered this place first. You come up a flight of stairs and you are back in the great cathedral. At the far end stands this missile. It's a neutron missile. And it's standing at the end of the cathedral. Some of the mutants have been rounded up and they have their hands on their heads like this. Others have been slain outright. There are a few apes there, and they have thrown ropes and cables around the missile. Obvious leader type who points at it and bellows out, "If that's so, you've got 4 8-men."
Oh, that the gas can go.
No, it's going to be target. I mean, you can describe that that's what you're doing, but you're going to hit one target around. It's like a jet, for lack of a better term.
All right. Then he's not going to announce it. This is going to be silent but deadly. I think it's got to go at the priests, the bald priests, handsome though they may be.
There are none here.
Oh,
they're just the 8-men. They're dead mutant bodies scattered everywhere, off in one corner, having not seen you guys as you've run up here. There are a couple of 8-men who have some of the bald mutants on their knees, and they have guns pointed at them.
I gotcha. Well, then I will shoot it at an 8-man who has a gun.
Okay, there's an 8-man at a gun, and he just pointed at the missile, ordering the other 4 to drag it down. He's standing next to some kind of electronics box with flashing lights on it. Like he's been trying to figure this out, and he just orders those guys to drag it down. So this guy standing next to the box, 4 of them pulling it down, 2 guards on mutants in the corner, and you guys have just come up in the middle of the room. Yang, you're targeting the officer. Tim, what is Arlen II doing? You said you're going to, are you going to shock some monkeys?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So you will move across the cathedral floor to try and get to them. Canik, how about Shirley?
She's going to go like a Roman soldier, and she's going to put the base of her spear into the ground and hold it up. If anything charges at her, they're going to run on the spear.
All righty. Tim, roll a d6, please. Arlen has a pretty high dex, so. And this is not for initiative, by the way.
A 1.
A 1, and I got a 3. You guys have basically 2 combat turns of surprise. Tim, Arlen is able to go over and get a swing on one of the 4 apes tugging on the cables. Make your attack roll. This is a total surprise round.
D20, I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12. These guys are wearing leather armor, but they do not have shields. So let's see. Physical attack matrix. We're going to consider this furs or skins, so that's going to be 8. And
Disco is not dead, by the way.
Disco is life. You hit him, Tim.
D6, right?
Yes.
A 5 plus 2, I get 7.
Okay, you just brain this guy, and he screams. His fellows, he drops the cable. His fellows are digging for their weapons, but you have total surprise on them. Yang, so your strength is your poison strength is 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and this guy's constitution, didn't dice it up, but we're going to see here. Okay, let's see. What do that be? That is... Wait, all right, he gasps and sputters and claws at his eyes and falls back as you spray him with musk. You have 1 round of him being out. So there's 3 guards left. One of them is running over, but it's not until his surprise segment is over. So basically, the other 2 are now turning around and raising their guns to shoot at you guys, ignoring the mutants in the corner. But again, all this is still happening in surprise. So one of them got stunned, one of them got hit. You guys have still got 1 segment of surprise. Yang, what are you doing?
Well, then he is going to try to hit one of those other guards with a little stinkiness.
All right. All right. Oh yeah, you catch him full in the face. This is kind of a weedy sort of ape guy, and he just gurgles and just drops like a sack of potatoes. So 2 of the 8 guards are down. One will be down for a round. So there's 2 left in melee. There's 2 that are going to be shooting at you guys. Tim, what is Arlen the second doing?
The guy that I hit before, I'm going to hit again.
Okay. Kennick, you just holding your own?
Yeah, she's gonna hold the shield, or not the shield, sorry, the spear.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thanks for the help. Appreciate you.
And last but not least, how about Pang Olin?
So on this round, the first guy he hits coming back up, right?
No, that surprise segment is still in effect. So
Then he'll try to go for the last guy.
all right. Let's roll initiative. Now we have to roll initiative. So Kennick, it's your turn. D6, please.
Big bucks, no whammies.
It's a 5.
It's a 5. Okay, and all right, I gotta reset DD dice. It seems to be acting up. All right, well, let's try that again. Let's reload her up. Okay, I see your 5, and I got a 6. Okay,
Ouch!
Yeah,
so
imagine that.
The 2 across the room. All right, that is a 10. And they can't really see you on the floor. So this is either going to be Arlen or this is going to be Shirley. Let's see. So class 10, 10. Class is 8. Okay, that got you. 1, 2, 3. It's Arlen the second. 4, 5, 6. It's Shirley. All right, Arlen the second. You take. That was a full burst. So you take 5 points of damage. Brap. And the other one, a 13. That's going to hit either of you guys again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, Arlen, it's not your day. 3. So you've taken 8 points of damage. You get stitched thereby. Yang, you were trying at the last one, right?
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, his constitution is just a little too high, so he does not get get gassed by you. All right, and he will shoot at you in return.
He's like, try to gas me, will you?
But he misses. Ape law demands I kill all mutants. Stitching the floor around you as you kind of dance and don't get hit. Now the commander is back up. He is pulling himself up on this console doohickey. The tugging on the cables done by the others has done its work. With a loud clang, the neutron missile falls to the floor of the cathedral, and it's outgassing something. It's kind of hissing. The ape starts. He's looking over he's ignoring you guys. He's fascinated by this thing. The mutants that were in the corner that were under the gun, they're starting to sing. You guys have heard this song before. They're just sort of chanting. So let's get declarations. You have a couple of apes down. You have a couple of apes up. You've got two across the room who are shooting at you. Tim, what is Arlen II doing?
I think it's time to leave because this doesn't look like it's going to end well.
All right, so you are running. What about Pangolin?
He'll say, my favorite thing to do, and he'll join Arlen.
All right, and the last but not least, Kennick, what is Shirley doing?
It's time to get out of Dodge. She's joining him.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll initiative, and I think we're back around to Tim. Roll a d6 for us, Tim.
Well, this went so well the last time.
I got a 5.
So did I.
Party got a 6.
No, I'm sorry.
You
I
guys
got a
6.
I
Okay.
got a 6.
You guys are abandoning this place. You are springing for the entrance. We are going to Jim Ward this up. Jim would have absolutely loved this, I think, and appreciated it. Tim, roll a d6.
Oh, crap.
A 4. Yang, roll a d6.
Two.
A 2. Shirley, roll a d6. Or Kennick, roll a d6.
A 2.
A 2. There is no pain. There is just a sudden sensation of warmth and bright light, and whatever awaits you in the great beyond greets you as the neutron bomb detonates just meters behind you when the big monkeys with the control panel a little too much. Thus bringing about the apotheosis that the bomb worshippers in the Forbidden Sin Zone really wanted to happen. Except, of course, unlike the Planet of the Apes, it doesn't just... they're up against their closing time by having everybody roll a d6. If you rolled a 1, you survived. Congrats, X, you didn't make it. Jim was notorious for ending his games like that. But if you guys want to, if you guys want to keep those characters for use in the future, if you liked them and want to use them outside of our demonstration here, you absolutely may. So that, guys, that is how fast and simple and lethal Gamma World can be. Now, one thing I will say, I did hand wave their mental attacks on you to control you guys, just because it's a demo game night. But Tim, what is your mental strength?
7.
7. Okay. So let's say the mental strength of the fellow who took you out to the arena was a, what did I just roll? A 13. So you have a 7. Defenders is 7. He has a 13. So basically, consulting this chart, and I will put this on the screen, my 2 hit for that, let's zoom in a little bit. So Tim's mental strength is a 7. My mutant's mental strength would have been a 13. I would need to roll a 4 or better on a d20 for him to successfully control you. And a 16, he would have done it. So, Yang, how about you? What is your mental strength? I think it's really good, isn't it?
Nope. It is 5.
But you do have dual brain.
And I also have heightened intelligence,
which gives you a +4, basically makes it 4 places more difficult. So you have a 5, he has a 13. That's nominally an automatic, or no, that's a 2 or better, but we go 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a 6 or better, and your other brain could still resist. See, I only just controlled you. Your other brain could be in there pretending to be under control, but in fact resisting and planning to do other things. And finally, Kennick, what is Shirley's mental strength?
15.
15. All right, 15 and 13. So your strength is 15. He has a 13. So now he needs a 12 or better to try and get you to fight. And he wouldn't be able to. So you might have that first round when you could feel his mind impinging on you, but you would be able to shrug it off. So that's how the mental mutations for things like mind control work, is you compare strength to defense, and then that sets the 2-hit roll required for the attacker. Or if it's a mentally damaging attack, this becomes damage. If he was just trying to brain blast you, for example, and he was, say, your mental strength was 5 and his mental strength was say circumstances. So mental, truly super complex part when it comes to that, where you kind of have to look at, there is no getaway to kilometer explosion. But so any thoughts, any not on my game, which was obviously very ad hoc, but more thoughts on Gamma World from my awesome players?
I think it's got the right mix of fun and frustrating. So, in whatever kind of game you're playing, you want to find challenges to overcome. And, with the deficiency system, like you never get a fighter, you never roll up a fighter who has like a club foot or something. So you have to, in D&D. So for Gamma World, you have to figure out ways around your deficiencies in order to do whatever you want, which means increase shenanigans.
Yes, exactly. Tim, any final thoughts from you?
No, I like it because it is, as far as RPGs go, like I said at the beginning, it's as sandboxy as it gets. It's basically one of the few that you're not going to come up against a situation where it was like, well, the rules say I can't do that. Now, the rules pretty much say you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I think you hit on something, and I do want to hear from you, Kanik. But Tim, you hit on something important here. And look, at the risk of being old man yells at cloud, I think there is a lot of, and this was, I think this was true back in the day too, because again, you compare this to the absolute unit that is the stack of AD&D books, and this is nothing. So the question comes, well, there's not a rule for that. How do I know? And I think sometimes people look at lightweight rule systems like this, and instead of saying anything because there aren't rules for it, they have a rule for how much. That's just, and one of the things, like in AD&D, you never run out of +5 sword. You never run out of +2 plate mail, right? In Gamma World, you can be walking around and spend an entire day as a duralloy and plasteel clad god dominating everything. And then when you see that power meter in your armor dips down to 0, and your blaster is just going click, 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 now you're back to exactly what you were when you left your village last year. You have a sharp stick, and you have hides and a stop sign shield, So it can very much, the winds of fortune can change very quickly in this game. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out and for doing kind of our TED Talk on Gamma World. We'll be back next Friday. Hopefully we'll have the whole crew together, and we'll rejoin our campaign in progress. Oh, and I do want, somebody asked if there was like a starter for this, like and I don't remember who it was. Was there like a starting campaign or something for this? There is sort of a default setting if you want to try it. Albuquerque Starport is a good place to start. It comes with a Game Master's screen. but also GW1 Legion of Gold. Those are kind of like the B1 and the B2 of Gamma World if you want to check those out. So anyway, thank you again to all my players for being here, and thank you guys out there for watching, for liking, for subscribing. Gonzalo, I absolutely appreciate that. I am sorry, Gonzalo, I could not get any of them to talk just like Jackie Mason. Why are you hitting me with a stick? It's the bald guy over there, the one who's all scar-faced. But anyway, I will be back Monday. And my brave adventurers are going to go back and enjoy some schnapps and some.
Oh,
Okay, well,
Bill went
Sorry
away.
about that. What the hell just happened? I didn't click anything.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Anyway,
The Gamma World Gremlins got you, man.
the Gamma World Gremlins got me. But anyway, the one thing you should know about Gamma World is anything can be mutated in Gamma World. There can be all kinds of mutants, and that includes owl bears. And on that note, I will bid you all good night. Peace.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.